7 secrets to passing your insurance exam in 1 week. Question 1. Which type of multiple choice question requires identifying the false statement? Pacing, accept questions, reading carefully, process of elimination. Accept or not questions ask you to identify the incorrect option among true statements. Question 2. Words like always, never, or must in an option often indicate what? State-specific laws, keyword recognition, absolute words, first instinct. Absolute words usually make a statement false, as insurance has many exceptions. Question 3. When unsure about changing an answer, what should you generally rely on? Practice exams, skipping difficult questions, first instinct, reviewing answers. Statistics show that a student's first instinct is often correct. Avoid changing answers unless certain. Question 4. What is the impact of answering incorrectly on most state insurance exams? Pacing, time management, guessing penalty, keyword recognition. Most exams have no guessing penalty. Unanswered questions are just marked incorrect, so answer all. Question 5. What section of the exam usually requires the most rote memorization? Skipping difficult questions, keyword recognition, state-specific laws, understanding concepts. State regulations, dates, and fines vary and require direct memorization. Question 6. What section of the exam focuses on broad insurance principles like indemnification, process of elimination, flashcards, taking breaks, general concepts? General concepts apply universally across different states and require conceptual understanding. Question 7. What strategy involves crossing out obviously incorrect options to improve odds? Pacing, reading carefully, skipping difficult questions, process of elimination. Eliminating wrong answers increases the probability of guessing correctly from remaining options. Question 8. What is the practice of allocating appropriate time to each question? Study routine, reading carefully, absolute words, pacing. Pacing ensures you have enough time to finish the exam without rushing at the end. Question 9. If you encounter a highly difficult question early on, what is the best strategy? Skipping difficult questions, pacing, first instinct, reading carefully. Skip and mark difficult questions to return to later, preserving time and confidence. Question 10. Spotting specific terms that strongly link to a concept is known as what? Keyword recognition, guessing penalty, understanding concepts, flashcards. Keywords often immediately point to the correct concept or definition in a question. Question 11. What is the most critical step before selecting an answer? Skipping difficult questions, flashcards, reading carefully, practice exams. Reading the entire question and all options carefully prevents missing crucial details. Question 12. What study tool is most effective for drilling definitions and state laws? Keyword recognition, flashcards, general concepts, practice exams. Flashcards promote active recall, which is highly effective for memorization. Question 13. What is the best way to simulate the testing environment and assess readiness? Practice exams, flashcards, taking breaks, process of elimination. Practice exams build stamina, reveal weak areas, and familiarize you with question formats. Question 14. What percentage is typically required to pass the insurance exam? Passing score, understanding concepts, taking breaks, reading carefully. While it varies by state, a score of 70% is generally the minimum passing threshold. Question 15. Relying on understanding the why rather than just rote memory is called what? general concepts, flashcards, understanding concepts, first instinct. Understanding the underlying principles allows you to answer scenario-based questions effectively. Question 16. What should you do after completing all questions if time permits? Process of elimination, time management, reviewing answers, flashcards. Reviewing marked questions can catch misread items, but avoid second-guessing your initial choices. Question 17. What mental technique is used to remember arbitrary numbers, like day limits for grace periods? Reviewing answers, memorization, time management, first instinct. Rote memorization is necessary for arbitrary numerical regulations and deadlines. Question 18. How should you manage your study time leading up to the exam? Taking breaks, memorization, study routine, keyword recognition. A consistent, scheduled study routine prevents cramming and improves retention. Question 19. What helps maintain focus and prevent burnout during intense study sessions? Taking breaks, time management, keyword recognition, guessing penalty. Taking scheduled breaks allows the brain to process information and prevents fatigue. Question 20. What encompasses monitoring the clock and managing pacing throughout the test? Passing score, study routine, absolute words, time management. Effective time management ensures all questions are attempted within the allotted limit.